Trying out new cozy games can be such a delightful adventure, especially when you find that perfect fit. While some games might not capture your heart, others can pull you in with their charm and engaging gameplay. Giving Hello Kitty Island Adventure a try sounded like a fantastic idea to me. My favorite part of the character creation in this game was that you could choose to be a lot of different types of animals that still fit within the Hello Kitty world, but those animals could have different tastes and styles. There were even different palettes to choose from and different ways for the color to go, so more than just picking the type of eyes that you want. I could definitely have used more clothing options, but at this point in the game, I assumed that more would be coming, so it didn't bother me too much. During the first few moments of the game, my favorite part was the soft pastel colors and the way that the little animals jumped and waved and moved and danced. The actions were cute and it made me smile in a way that I haven't since I first played Animal Crossing New Horizons. Cuteness is a big deal to me in my cozy games. The next thing I noticed is that the text was moving way too slow for my liking. So I accessed the settings and I turned on auto text to speed that up a bunch. The guiding light mechanism was so helpful and it kind of felt a little bit like a happy little companion that was joining you on your way. I loved how sparkly and yet minimal it was on the screen, and that's awesome for a helpful tool. At this point in the game, I did the same thing I do in almost every game I play. As soon as my character was free from the cutscene intro stage of the game, I ignored the quest the game wanted me to do next and I started to explore on my own. I don't know why I'm so prompted to do this, but wow, is it fun in this game. I tested where I could go, how my character could move, and what I could pick up or interact with. The map was so much larger than I expected, and I was having more fun than I expected, just walking around and exploring. Eventually, I followed my little guiding light back to the quest I was supposed to be on and started exploring with in-the-game purpose. Also fun, but not as mischievous as taking off on my own. I was speaking to Botsmaro and was able to ask if they would change their clothes. And when you level up a villager, they have clothing options too. I find that very cool. I appreciate the ability to customize things like other villagers in my game. The economy in the game is based off resource trading instead of a money system. I definitely prefer a currency of money, but trading blends well with the theme, and so it was fun too, even if it's not my first choice. In honesty, this was probably the thing I disliked the most about the game, and it really wasn't that bad of a thing, so that bodes well for the game. As I journeyed along, I noticed that friendship levels went up really fast, and at least for early game, that felt very satisfying. The little dungeon puzzle mechanic in the game seemed very reminiscent of Zelda, but it was not hard to figure out, which was good. I enjoyed the variation in gameplay without feeling stressed about solving a difficult riddle. No doubt things will become a bit more difficult in the future, which I did notice things got a little more difficult just in the time that I was playing, but later in the game I do want it more difficult, so I really like the pace that it was moving forward. From a gameplay viewpoint, the screen would move and rotate when it needed to. This perspective took a little bit of getting used to, but it wasn't bad. I do prefer it when a game gives me the control over the screen rotation and zoom, but I found that most cozy games don't do that. It took me longer than I care to admit that the world was getting lighter and darker. Only then did I look at the clock and the weather to see how they worked. It turns out that Hello Kitty Island Adventure uses a short in-game day cycle. One in-game day lasts 1 hour in real time. At the same time, it is based off our actual 24-hour clock too. This system reminds me a lot of Palia. Some things work on the in-game clock and some things work on a real-world clock. For example, the daylight, weather, and the fish and bugs you find all work on a 1 hour in-game day. Alternatively, the game restricts character gifting and gives you rewards based on our real-time days. The graphics are adorable, the animations are charming, and the game feels full and sustainable. Aside from all of that, here are my favorite parts of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. First up is clothing. I don't think there are any cozy games on the market that I enjoy that don't take advantage of this particular element of a simulation game, because dressing up a little character in a game is so much fun, and I have no idea why. Hello Kitty, of course, does not let this stand by. They definitely take part in some really fun and different ways to dress up your character, in addition to being able to customize your character. I don't have a lot unlocked so far since I'm still early in game, and I can already see that there's more clothing to come in the future, and that is so exciting. The next thing I love about this game is that there are so many different types of tasks to do. There's cooking and fishing, insect collecting, although they're not really insects. They're more like adorable little creatures. And then, of course, in-game puzzles, games, and exploring. I haven't even named them all or even opened them all, and a variety of different tasks is a really great way to keep a game fun for a long time. The third thing I loved was the tag-along function in this game. There were a lot of quests, but also just opportunities for the different characters in Hello Kitty to come and join you on adventures in the game. This was actually a more unique element that I haven't seen a lot of in other cozy games, but was really fun. If I wanted to and had a high enough friendship, I could ask Hello Kitty could just come along and join with me on my adventure. As I was out exploring the world, one of these beautiful characters that I love can tag along with me. I loved it. It really helped me feel like I wasn't in the world by myself, even though I was playing single player. The last couple things on my list are absolutely my favorite and go together. That was the ability to do emotes in the game and to take photos in the game. The photo taking task or element actually has a purpose in the game, but I found it was just fun to play with. As I was out, either by myself or particularly if I was out with one of my Hello Kitty friends, I could put us in beautiful situations, have the Hello Kitty characters emote as well as me, and the 2 or 3 or group of us could really enjoy a beautiful and cute moment in the game. I've saved these photos, so I will have them long term, and they just have cuteness dripping from them. I can even tell that this aspect would be all the cuter in a multiplayer game. After only 3 days and 10 hours of playing, I can certainly say that Hello Kitty Island Adventures has a lot more to offer than I ever thought, and I'm excited to snuggle up with my Switch in bed and play more. You should too. You never know, it might just be the cozy escape that you've been looking for. If you do try it, let me know how your experiences go. I am curious to hear if it becomes one of your new favorite games. With that, I wish you all the best. Hello Kitty Day.